Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Wednesday, June 25th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Tyler Hudson pleads guilty in 2018 Fairview murder. Cullman City Council moves forward on sewer, airport, public safety, and special events. And an historical marker is placed at the Berlin-Kreitner Cemetery. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Tyler Hudson, 27 of Baileyton, who was arrested with Andrew Marish in March 2018 for the murder of Daniel Ray Osborne II in Fairview, pleaded guilty to murder on Monday ahead of his upcoming trial. Marish was convicted of the murder in 2021 after claiming that Hudson had pulled the trigger. Osborne's body was found buried on the Fairview property of Susan Winton Smith, Marish's grandmother, on the afternoon of March 26, 2018. Court documents revealed that Osborne died of a gunshot wound to the back of the head. Hudson and Marish were arrested and charged with murder that evening. Smith was later charged for not reporting the crime. According to court documents, Hudson received a 25-year sentence for his role in the crime, and Marish received a 99-year sentence for his conviction. For Hudson, the court also assessed a $40,000 fine, along with more than $2,400 to the state's Victim Restitution Fund and other court costs. According to Cullman County District Attorney Champ Crocker, Hudson's case was handled by the Alabama Attorney General's office. The Cullman City Council covered a lot of ground Monday night, passing measures to improve everything from sewer systems and air travel to public safety and economic development. Council members approved a contract with St. John and Associates for upgrades to the city's sanitary sewer system and agreed to update the police traffic homicide investigator policy, adding another investigator to the team. That unit has helped reduce serious traffic incidents by 15%. Since it was formed. The council also took steps to support improvements at Cullman Regional Airport, applying for state and federal grants for upcoming projects. That includes a local match of more than $734,000 for an ARC grant to build a new hangar, one that will house a turbine repair facility to complement the current propeller shop. 2 properties were rezoned to allow for future small business development, one on Miller Street, changing from residential to business, and another near Highway 69 and 157, shifting from manufacturing to business. A wave of special events got the green light as well, including a family night at Depot Park, hosted by Desperation Church, the Caring for Cullman Health and Wellness Fund Day, hosted by Good Samaritan Health Clinic, and a pickleball tournament at Engle Park, hosted by United Way of Cullman County. The council also presented a reimbursement check for just over $6,800 to Steve Edelman of World Changers, recognizing the nonprofit's recent volunteer construction work across the city. During public comments, 3 residents voiced concerns ranging from traffic safety to infrastructure. The council also took a quick moment to celebrate a birthday, wishing a happy birthday to Hannah Jacobs, daughter of Mayor Woody Jacobs. She's pictured here with Council President Dr. Jenny Folsom. The Cullman City Council meets at 7 p.m. on the 2nd and 4th Mondays of each month at City Hall. As always, the public is welcome to attend. Now, Annabelle Howes has a story of the community of Berlin reclaiming a piece of its history.
After decades of fading into obscurity, a once-forgotten patch of land in Berlin, Alabama, has now been restored as a place of honor and history. On Saturday, June 21st, community members gathered at the Berlin-Kreitner Cemetery for the unveiling of a new Alabama Historical Commission marker, recognizing the site as an important piece of local heritage. Led by Nancy Kirkendile, the project uncovered stories, including those of infants from the late 1800s and early 1900s, whose graves were unmarked and nearly lost. Kirkendile, whose family is directly tied to the cemetery, spent over a year researching and gathering support. Once known as the Warren Family Cemetery, Then the old Berlin Cemetery. The site now bears the name Berlin-Kreitner Cemetery to reflect the generations connected to its soil. The effort was supported by the Holly Pond Historical Society, including President Robin Henderson and volunteers who helped secure funding and historical designation. The cemetery, once damaged in the 1980s, now stands protected with plans for future improvements, including a sidewalk for easier access. Nearly 50 people attended the dedication, marking a moving tribute to the lives, legacies, and community spirit that brought this forgotten place back to life. This has been Annabelle Howes with Cullman Today.
And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Cullman swim team wins the 2025 Cullman Challenge. Sports is next. Welcome back. In local sports, the Cullman swim team made a big splash this week, taking home first place at the 2025 Cullman Challenge. The meet was held Tuesday, June 17th, and brought in more than 275 swimmers from Cullman, Guntersville, Florence, and Jasper. When the final scores were tallied, Cullman came out on top with 678 points, followed by Guntersville, Jasper, and Florence. Head coach Karis Peak and assistants Anna Hilb, Troy Mann, and Anna Page led the team to victory. Standout swimmers included Ellie Grace Thigpen and Mason Heim in the 6 and under division, Emery Lackey and Amberly Pate in the girls 8 and under. CJ Curry, Lauren Hughes, and Paisley Caldwell also turned in strong performances. Abram Lackey won 3 events in the boys 9 and under division, with Guy Caffey and Ezra Bosch also placing in the older age groups. Georgia Dowdy and Griffin Berryhill each won 3 races in the 11 to 12 division. Edie Hudson and Briar Lackey stacked up several top 3 finishes in the 13-14 group. And in the 15-18 division, Madeline Dowdy and Mike Lackey tied for first in the 50-meter freestyle. Lackey went on to win 2 more events. Cullman's relay teams also dominated across age groups with multiple first and second place finishes in both medley and freestyle events. A big win for the home team and a strong showing from swimmers of all ages. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, local band Key Lime Pie, the Sheriff's Youth Leadership Academy, a heat advisory, and a fish pond management workshop. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. We're starting off today's rundown with a local band that's quickly becoming a fan favorite. Key Lime Pie got its start right here in Cullman and is now making waves with its unique sound and high-energy shows. Annabelle Howes has more.
Cullman has a new favorite band, and it's Key Lime Pie. This genre-blending group started as a backyard jam session and has quickly become a crowd favorite, known for their high-energy shows and bold sound. The band officially formed in May 2024, but their story goes back to the Cullman High School percussion section. Guitarist Max Townsend and drummer Tim Bolin first started playing together back in high school, later teaming up with bassist Cash Woods and vocalist Devin Campbell to complete the crew. With a name as unique as their style, Key Lime Pie serves up a mix of rock, folk, grunge, and metal, drawing inspiration from bands like Green Day, Greta Van Fleet, Mount Joy, and Stone Temple Pilots. Key Lime Pie creates something for everyone, and we do mean everyone. Their set lists include nostalgic gems from childhood classics like Shrek, Scooby-Doo, Surf's Up, Curious George, and Phineas and Ferb. Each performance is more than just a concert. Expect the unexpected, from key lime pie eating contests to surprise visits from the gingerbread man. Every show brings a dash of humor, a whole lot of talent, and a community vibe that keeps fans coming back for more. Follow Max, Tim, Cash, and Devin on Instagram and Facebook to catch Key Lime Pie live and see why they're quickly becoming one of Cullman's most exciting acts. This has been Annabelle Howes with Cullman Today.
The Cullman County Sheriff's Office is calling it one of the best weeks of the year. Monday kicked off the 9th rendition of the Sheriff's Youth Leadership Academy with the largest class yet for its annual event. Over 40 students represent every school in Cullman County at this year's academy. Participants take part in leadership, patriotism, and team building exercises, as well as physical and firearms training. The week will culminate in a graduation ceremony on Friday night. The National Weather Service out of Huntsville is reminding citizens that a heat advisory remains in effect for southern Middle Tennessee and all of North Alabama through Thursday. Dangerous heat is forecast, with heat index values rising between 103 and 109 degrees. Make sure you stay hydrated and limit strenuous outdoor activities. The next Military Veteran and Beginning Farmers Workshop will feature fish pond management. This workshop will focus learning about basic water quality, weed identification, fish stocking, and predator-prey balancing. The workshop is on Thursday, July 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Cullman County Extension Office. A free light supper will be included. You can register at www.aces.edu/go/5136. This event is a partnership between the North Alabama Agriplex and the Cullman County Alabama Extension. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at your weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this quick message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who lost their lives this week. Harlan Michael Smith, 63 of Falkville, passed away on Sunday, June 22nd. Visitation will be held Thursday, June 26th from 5 to 8 p.m. at Cullman Funeral Home. Service will be held Friday, June 27th at 11 a.m. at Cullman Funeral Home. Graveside interment will be held at Ebenezer Cemetery. Funeral service for Jimmy Robert England, 61 of Crane Hill, will be at 1 p.m. on Monday, June 30th at Cullman Funeral Home Chapel, with interment in Cullman City Cemetery. Visitation will be held at the funeral home from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. before the service. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Let's take a look at your weather forecast. We could see some patchy fog this morning, otherwise mostly sunny with a high near 95. Heat index values as high as 102 with calm wind. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a low around 74. Thursday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon, otherwise mostly sunny with a high near 93. And Thursday night, a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms, patchy fog in the early morning hours, otherwise partly cloudy with a low around 72. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting CullmanTribune.com for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.